A millionaire mocked a poor family in an expensive restaurant. The waitress's act spread throughout the world. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Storyist. Today, I will be telling you the story of a waitress who inspired the whole world by standing up for a poor family who had been mocked by a millionaire. Watch until the end of the video to find out what happened and how the waitress rose from being an ordinary girl to a worldwide inspiration. Sherry has been working for years as a waitress in one of the most expensive restaurants in Los Angeles. She is currently studying psychology at a state university and is juggling work and studies every day just to get by. Her family lives far from the city, and the only strength she leans on to is her everyday video call with her family during work breaks. She considers her job a stable income, and it lets her pay for her tuition fee and other payments for her schooling. She also depends on this job for her everyday allowance. Her present salary is just enough to cover her fees in the university, and sometimes she even has to work extra hours just to earn more for her everyday food. She knows she earns not much, but she cannot quit her job to find better opportunities because she considers her boss the best she has ever worked with. Sherry's boss understands her situation, and sometimes the boss lets her go home early even before she finishes her shift so she can study for her exams. Often she will let Sherry have longer breaks so she can have more time to call her family. Her boss treats her as family, just like how she treats everyone else in the restaurant. Sherry believes this is also the key to better success, because ever since she can remember, there has never been a day that the restaurant ran out of customers. It's the seats that they run out of, not the guests. The restaurant is known in Los Angeles as having very good food, but not only that, it is also famous for its polite and caring service staff. Many people say they came to the restaurant for the food, and most say they came there for the service. Sherry loves this work culture, and she enjoys working in the restaurant. One day, a well-known millionaire enters the restaurant. Every single one of the staff wants to serve him, because they are certain he will be giving a huge tip. Sherry just smiles while watching her colleagues talk about the millionaire, how he owns tons of businesses, ranging from real estate to quick-service restaurants. A gentle nudge on her elbow makes Sherry turn around. There, she sees her boss, standing behind her with a smile. "I want you to serve the man, Sherry," her boss says. Sherry is surprised for a moment, wondering why her boss will choose her personally to serve the rich customer. She just follows her boss's instinct and walks calmly toward the millionaire. "Good day, sir. Welcome to the mansion's kitchen. How can I be of service?" Sherry gleefully asks. The rich man doesn't act surprised or impressed. He just rolls his eyes at her and looks at the restaurant menu. This upsets Sherry a little, sensing a negative vibe from him. But Sherry doesn't lose her balance because she knows exactly how to handle such kind of customers. Working at a luxury restaurant, she has experienced many rude customers before, and she gracefully handled all of them well. "Maybe this is why my boss put me here in the first place," she thought to herself. The rich man orders a mac and cheese meal inside a whole lobster plated with caviar. The man's voice was a little loud when he said his order, so most of the order staff and guests heard. Sherry's colleagues' eyes glisten, hearing the expensive order. The order must cost thousands of dollars, and they are so happy that Sherry will be assisting him. "She's getting a huge tip," her colleagues say to each other. Sherry promptly gives the rich man's order to the kitchen chef, and when she goes back outside, she sees a family entering the restaurant. She notices that all her other colleagues are busy with other tables, so she immediately goes to the family. The family, with two little kids, are not wearing fancy clothes like everybody else, and this alone makes all the other guests look at them with frowns on their faces. This breaks Sherry's heart, and she feels sorry for the family. She also doesn't know why the family chose their restaurant to eat in. But whatever the reason, she is beyond happy that they are there. She ushers the family to a table beside the millionaire, and the rich man is quick to grimace when the family sits near him. Sherry tells the family to just ignore the man because he isn't in a good state. One of the kids laughs at what she said, understanding what she meant. She takes the orders of the family, which were the cheapest meals in the restaurant, and goes back to the kitchen. The evening ran smoothly. Both the rich man and the poor family ate well, until the millionaire asks for his bill. Sherry quickly gives him the bill, and he leaves her $100 as a tip. Her eyes widen, and she thanks the rich man for the gift. She tells him it's a great help for her education. Afterwards, the poor family gives Sherry their payment for the food, but does not leave her any tip. "I'm sorry, good waitress. We didn't bring any extra, but we thank you for your kind service," the father of the family says. The millionaire flashes a sharp look at the poor family. "You stink! You shouldn't be here! Why did you even steal that money?" he says. The poor family apologizes and regrets for eating at a restaurant they don't belong to. Sherry feels the family's remorse and puts back the $100 bill on the millionaire's table. "You have to get out, sir," Sherry asks the man firmly. The millionaire is shocked and yells at her. He brags about his businesses and his fortune, not realizing that the other guests are taking videos. He insults Sherry and the poor family in front of everyone, and Sherry bravely stands by the poor family's side. "I gave you $100 tip, and that family gave you nothing," he yells at Sherry. Sherry calmly ushers the millionaire out of the restaurant, handling him with grace despite his efforts to fight back. Her boss sees what's happening and asks for their security to help Sherry push the man out. "I don't need your tip, sir. I'd rather hear 1,000 thank yous than accept money from arrogant and insensitive people," Sherry replies and shoves the rich man out of the restaurant. The crowd applauds her as she goes back and she earns praises. She is surprised by the guests' reactions, but she is more delighted that she stood up for the poor family. "I'm sorry we can't give you anything else more than a thank you," says the father. He explains to her that it's his twin's birthday today, and his boss gave him a huge bonus so he can bring his family to a nice restaurant. Days after the incident at the restaurant, few media people come to the place. What started a few turns many, and they are all hoping to interview Sherry. Turns out the videos of Sherry's little heroic deed the other night had spread across the internet, and she now serves as an inspiration to many people to be kind to everyone, no matter who it is or what they have. The millionaire is now suffering from media backlash, and he is getting bashed by people all over the world. He regrets everything that he has done that evening, and now he treats every other person equally. Meanwhile, Sherry's deed resulted in more people coming to the restaurant, and she earned more than $300 every night from tips. The simple thank you from the poor family went a long way, and now she receives more than she can ever imagine. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.